Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now I'm going to cover the rookie division of the 9-hole cup. This is going to be the Golf Clash Power Tool Tournament. So keep in mind that if you saw my post, that myself and Adam from Paws and Putts are going to be collaborating, and he's going to be taking my shots and playing them live today and trying to tweak anything that I missed to show everybody the extra drops. And then he takes all of that information and puts it on a nice Google Docs sheet for those people who like to have text guides. Right now, they're going to be free all season long, but due to the extra time and work that goes into those text guides, he will be posting them on his Patreon account. So if that's something that you're looking for in the future, then go ahead and head over to Adam's channel and get signed up for that. That would be awesome. But as normal, I'll continue to make my video walkthroughs every tournament as much as I can. Here I shot a minus 13. This was a difficult tournament, difficult course. You can see here that even in a tier 3 rookie bracket, still up by 2 strokes. My other account, I shot a minus 12, which is just basically shooting it how the course is laid out. And I am still sitting there at the top of the bracket, tied in that one. So very difficult as far as this one goes. And let's go ahead and head to hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're going to be playing this one 10% at max. And, as far as the driver here goes, don't pay attention to the extra mile level 9. Obviously, I'm only using, 3 bars of topspin, 1 bar a side spin to the right. I made a huge mistake, and I accidentally let this account fall down into rookie on the weekly standing, so I wasn't able to play pro on this account like I normally do, and I just took the replay from this account. So again, this one is normally my pro account that's going to be going to expert soon. It has an extra mile 9, but just keep in mind I obviously did not use the benefits of the extra mile 9. Any level extra mile can copy this shot. That'll take me on here to shot number 2. All we're trying to do is get this ball down the fairway, and then we're going to be playing a rough bump. Now on this one, it needs a little bit of explaining. We're going to play it 30% at mid, okay, as long as you got the same type of drive that I did, which you should. I want you to add your spin. I want you to find your landing spot, and then I want you to take 0.1 off the right spin only. So let's talk about that and let's see it through. So notice I'm going to go with 1 bar of side spin to the right combined with 2 top. So 2 top, 1 right. Then I want you to find your landing spot, which is going to be ball guide line going through the center of the pin, just like this, with the yellow ring right there at the top of the rough line. Once you find this position, I want you to change this to 0.9 right, but keep the 2 top. So it'll be 2 top, 0.9 right. Your ball guideline will not be through the center of the hole anymore. It should be favoring the left-hand side of the cup. I think it's going to be easiest to find your landing spot on this one and then change the spin and instead of trying to set spins first. I think we just need to trick the way this ball comes down towards the hole. As you can see, we barely miss this one to the right-hand side. We need to take a little bit of left side spin off of it, but when I tried that on my other accounts, it was still missing. So I think we need to just trick the way that we do it here on hole number 1. Hole number 2, we're going to play this one 40% at max. We're going to be using a Quasar ball, a ball that I'm not a big fan of, but here it's needed for the side spin to the left. You can notice here we are using the 2 bars of side spin to the left, and then a little bit under 2 bars of top spin. You'll take a note here of the light green and the dark green squares that I'm aiming at. You can see them very nicely on this course at least. So if you take a look at the end of my ball guideline, it's pointing to the left-hand side of the hole. And, if you're looking for an easy reference spot, I would be playing the inside of that light green row. So just right before it switches to the dark green squares, I'm playing right along that light green vertical row. Left-hand side of the cup. Pulling this one 40% at max. We need a big pull here with the wind blowing from left to right. Perfect ball. You'll see here we need a click more of top spin and we need to even move our target even more to the left-hand side, which is kind of crazy considering that we're pulling that one 40% at max. But obviously you can see here holes 1 and hole 2, leaving them both right at the pin, very, very close to start off a good tournament here. All right, same thing here with the extra mile 9. Just don't even worry about that. I'm not going to be utilizing the benefits of this club at all. I'm going to be going 2 bars of side spin to the left combined with 3 top. And then I'm going to be backing my target up all the way back here to where you can see the +4. So again, don't worry about the extra mile 9. I'm not using the extra power, and I'm sure as heck not using the extra top spin. It's just the replay that I chose to go with. You see here, we just take a normal shot. And we come up the fairway very nicely, leaving us here for shot number 2. Now, shot number 2, even though we're getting headwind, it's still coming in a little fast, and you'll see what I mean. So take note of my spin adjustments here. You'll see that I'm using no top spin and no back spin, but I'm using about 0.8 to 0.9 bars of side spin to the left, and then I find my landing spot with the ball guide line going through the hole. Now with headwind, and especially with this far from the bounce to the pin, you would expect that we would come up a little bit short based off how my landing position looked. But we still even go past the cup. So on hole number 3 here, I love the spin adjustments. I love the elevation that I'm playing. I think that stuff is really dead on. We just need to slow the ball down a little bit. And you can see here, we also burn the left-hand side of hole number 3. So we need to add a couple clicks of backspin, and then just kind of take note of that shot there where it came into the left a little bit and offset for that. And I think we'll be really good looking on hole number 3 as well. Hole number 4 is a crapshoot. 40% at max. We're going to be using a Guardian here. This is the safest way to pick up the birdie, and then it gives you an opportunity to maybe pick up a lucky hole-in-one. We do want to go with as much backspin as possible combined with 2 bars of side spin to the right. So it looks like you'll be able to get almost max back with just about 0.9 away from max. 2 bars of side spin to the right. Now notice here that I'm aiming just slightly above the hole by about 1.5 green squares, almost 2 green squares above the hole. We need to push our target up and our aim spot up. So we need to be playing about a green square and a half higher than what I'm playing right now. Because you'll see here that even though I'm pulling 30%, we're still going to come up short. But like I said, this is a very safe birdie. You know, it's a lot better than playing the bounce over sniper shot like we play in pro, because, you know, obviously a great right and you could put yourself into the sand. But you see here, we do come in, what is that, about 1.34 green squares short. So we need to move our target up and see what happens. And that's just basically a starting point, as I'm talking about basically redoing this hole from scratch based off how I missed here. This will take us to hole number 5. All right. So on this one, we're going to be going 4.5 bars of top spin with 2 bars of side spin to the left, with the orange ring right here on the rough line. I hope I don't have these out of order. You see here, we take our normal shot. And that'll put us here for shot number 2. Now, this hole is difficult. This is where a lot of people mess up the tournament, because this is just a super long par 5. We need to bring our club like a big dog or cataclysm, whatever gives you the most power. And for me, I don't even adjust here. We're getting almost perfect headwind. So I just pick a spot and shoot. But we're going to have to use overpower and a little bit of left curl. You'll see just like this. Obviously, a great right or a great left could be dangerous. Great right could put you in the sand. Great left could put you in the rough. Here, I got lucky. I got away with a great right. You see here that it was close to the sand trap, but at the end of the day, you know, it was okay. And this is going to leave us for a max topspin wedge shot to pin. Not a whole lot to show you, but I know some people just like to see it. Max top, I just aimed on the right-hand side of the cup since the wind is blowing from right to left. But again, you know, not a big deal when it comes to these shots right here. These are pretty easy to drop, and you should be very familiar with them. All right, hole number 6, 10% at max, and then this is going to be controlled overpower. Here we're going to go with 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. You can see my landing spot here is basically with the blue ring touching the sand line. A little bit of the blue ring falling into the sand. I make my adjustment 10% at max, and now I want controlled overpower. This is not full overpower. I'm overpowering this until the bottom of my ball is touching the bottom of the adjustment zone. And that's what the ball looks like when it comes out. Now let me show you what I mean by the overpower if you're new to the channel. So for me on my overpower here, I set my overpower just like this. You see how the bottom of the ball is basically touching the bottom of the blue adjustment zone target? I do that, then I add half a ball of curl to the right. That's what I'm looking for on the drive. I hit the rough and I roll out. Now, shot number 2, I'm trying to play uphill, minus 10% at minimum distance. I wish I could get this shot back. On both of my accounts, I could not hit a perfect ball. So every account, I hit a great ball to the right, and of course I missed barely to the right. We do want to use the fringe as our landing spot. This is a very difficult green to get a good consistent ball guideline. It's kind of very wonky, so we do want to use the fringe to help line that out. But you can see here that the uphill elevation I think is good, but again, a minor great right, hit the fringe like we wanted to, perfect speed, and we leave that one right at the pin as well. So, you know, we have an opportunity to make a lot of shots on this course. They're more difficult than other courses, but as you can see, they're definitely there. And if you're able to hit these shots, you're going to win the tournament. I mean, hands down. And then we go to this hole right here, 30% at max. Again with the Quasar, we're going to go sniper max backspin, max side spin to the right, which is 2 bars. And then after I do that, you'll see the landing spot that I go with here. Do your best to reference the green squares. By no means is this hole going to be 100% consistent from player to player. The wind right here is only 2.6 miles an hour. With the Quasar, we can get up into the 5s on rookies. So this is very low wind. I had 2.6 on this account and then like 2.9 on the other account. So keep in mind, for me, I had a very, very low wind. And you're going to see how close I get this one to dropping into the hole. Another perfect ball. This one here comes in a tad high, which means we need to move our target down a little bit. So we need to aim even a little bit shorter of hole. Speed is good. You know, spin sets are really nice. At this point, it's just about finding the landing spot and aiming a little bit shorter. Obviously, if you have higher wind, you're going to have to aim even shorter or lower to the cup than I did, I believe. All right, this would be hole number 8. Hole number 8, we do have an eagle to show you here. Here, I'm going to go with max backspin. And I'm just aiming right down the middle of this fairway. And then here on shot number 2, you'll see I just add the backspin about 2.8 back. No side spin at all. And here, I'm going to be aiming basically right in the left-hand side of the cup. You see that? It's kind of hard to see right there. I should have zoomed in, but aiming right in the left-hand side of the cup. And that ball drops in very nicely for the eagle. This will take us to hole number 9. Hole number 9 again is a long par 5. I'm going to show you 2 ways you can approach this shot. The first way is going to be the safest way, which is going to be with your big dog. The second way is going to be with a rough bump sniper. We do get the perfect wind angle to try to take a rough bump sniper shot if you want to go for it, but it is a little bit more dangerous. 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. I put it at the plus 11 yard mark with the yellow ring right there in the rough line. Well, maybe I do plus 10. Plus 10, plus 11. It'll all be fine. Here, I do go max curl to the right. Max curl to the right. This would be shot number 2. This is going to be with the big dog. Notice here my second bounce is not in the rough. I do make sure my second bounce is up there bouncing onto the fairway. And then here we're going to add about 3/4 of a ball of curl to the right. I do hit a minor great left, but we still made it up here, no problem. Speed comes in pretty good. You know, obviously when we're putting the big dog there, we're taking this one for an eagle. It'd be nice to pick up an albatross, but here's what your rough bump is going to look like. The drive is going to be the same setup, and then the rough bump here, we're going with enough topspin to get our ball guideline to the hole like this, and then 2 bars of side spin to the right. Here I pulled this one 20% at max. Well, look at that one. I mean, just wants to go in, hits the left edge of the hole. So that is it for that one. I hope you all do well. Let me know how you do in the comments below. Please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button before you go. Thanks, everybody.